Anton, Coach K, B. Taylor, Bruiser, Carmen, and Curves for Life. Me, myself, I'm Lapeef J.I. Welcome to Lapeef. Let's talk. How y'all doing, family? Just a man, but the right man for you. Which brings me to the topic of the night. Women should date multiple men at a time to explore their options. What are our thoughts? I'm going to start with Curls for Life first. Go ahead.
Mhm.
You on mute, just so you know. You on mute. You on mute. I'm muted.
Sorry. I think they should, respectfully though. Like, just because you date doesn't mean you have to sleep with people. You know what I mean? And men do it. Men will serial date as many women, and they make sure women prove who is the best before they choose you. And not to say, like, again, because I think sometimes when men hear that, they automatically think that means you got to put out. Go out on dates, get to know men, and decide if that's somebody you even see that you want to be around. Because a lot of the, never mind, I'm not even gonna go there. But sometimes you can get caught up and you might put all your eggs in one basket, and then you find out a few weeks later that he's trash, that he's broke, that that's not his car, that, you know, a bunch of different other stuff. So just, you know, absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna go to Pearl next on that one. Women should date multiple men at times to explore their options.
That's not his car. Has that happened to you?
Now, is that you being funny? Or was that a genuine
No, I
question?
was just asking. I've just never heard of that. No, I was just asking. I've never heard of like he like picks you up in a car.
Okay.
That's not.
Nah,
nice.
I mean, you can answer the question. I wasn't answering to you.
I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just asking.
Bro. Hey, this
No.
tonight, you can be rude as you want to be.
Oh my gosh. So wait, what was the question? No, I mean, I just feel like men look for loyalty. So if you're like dating a bunch of guys at the same time, like I think guys kind of want to be like they kind of like it when your attention is focused on them. So I don't know. I don't think it's that good to like date multiple people at the same time, but like if a guy's not giving you attention to the point that it's like plan A attention, you know, I think you should probably just find a different guy to date.
Keep your legs closed. And in today's dating world in 2022 with these type of men, they may not be like you. They may not be like you. So therefore, these men in 2022, you need to expand your options, or you're going to be walking around heartbroken, not the men.
It's
If
the
you are
it's the
trying
men.
to talk
It's
to a
not.
dude that
It's
is winning,
not.
go ahead, Pearl.
It's not the men in 2022. It's the men you pick. 1 out of 3 men are either virgins or
I
haven't
don't
had
pick
sex in
them;
the
they come
past
to me,
year.
and there's
It doesn't. Then
attraction.
you are
guys
what
always want to hit people with
Hey,
that
let me
whole.
finish. Let me finish. You gotta let me
Well, you
finish.
jumped in between a conversation.
Come on, y'all ladies, one
Okay.
at a time.
Okay.
One at a time.
No, I
One
told her
in
that
3
she
men.
can
One
go.
at a
One in
time.
3
Okay,
men.
go ahead.
One in 3 men. 1 in 3 men are either virgins or they haven't had sex in the past year. So there's a plethora of men that will be faithful to you and won't play these games. They're just not the men you want.
Women aren't going to be attracted to that en masse ever.
No, I understand that, but it's like you are what you attract. Like so you can't you can't generalize all of men.
You not are what you attract. You are what you put up with. Thank you. If you're beautiful,
no,
you attract all types of men.
But why would you? But wait. But I just
Character is like a
question.
magnet.
I just got one question. Why would you want to attract all types of men when you only got to get it right once?
I didn't say you have to. I said that if you're beautiful, you're going to attract all types of men.
No.
It's
But
what
guys,
you put up with.
why do you think that why do you think that they would attract themselves to you if you're beautiful?
3, 4.
It depends on the woman. Like
If
if
you
you have a
ask me
guy
this
that's like
question
on
as a
standby,
woman,
kind of you never went on a date with him. He may just compliment you from time to time, or you may have given your number to him. Then you have your main guy that's you're actually really pursuing. Then you have a guy that probably took you out on a date, but you're not really talking to him every day. It's just kind of like, oh, hey, what's up? How are you? Like it's nothing like where I'm going on dates every weekend with different dudes of the week. Like that's not what a roster. That's why I'm not trying to compare myself to men, because I'm not gonna move like a man. Move like a man.
All
right, so
but it's like you're taking attention from guys, so you're kind of using other guys for attention.
Men
and
use women all the time.
validation.
That's if he
why
feels
is this?
strong.
Why is this? Let's point the fingers.
No,
I'm
this
saying,
is it's a
I'm
balance,
saying,
right?
no,
It's a balance. It's not a point of finger. It's calling out facts, right?
and some men do. The majority of men don't get to use women. The majority of men don't get sex on a regular basis. It's not
At
easy
all.
for them to get.
Okay.
And so
I
it's
don't know
a
what
small
men you
percentage.
talk to, but I
It's
know the
not
men that's around me, they be getting the cheeks.
well
They
because
be
you only see a small percentage of men.
So
Like,
Pearl, can I ask you something? So, okay, you know how a lot of people use social media and
Mhm.
different dating apps and stuff to date people, right?
Mhm.
And some of these people, you never talk to them on the phone or you're just texting. Like, is it bad to like kind of talk to multiple people or have a roster when you're on social media and have a dating app?
I mean, are you dating someone?
Oh, I wasn't talking about me personally. I was just asking, just a
I
question.
mean, so I mean, I think if you're dating someone, you should focus on them, and if it doesn't work out, then find someone
How
else.
does that
It's
work
not-
for you, Pearly? Are you actively dating?
I keep my dating life off of the internet, but
So you
Same
can
girl.
All right, let me
yeah,
put it
let me
out
try
there.
to interject, man, for y'all going in personal
If
business.
it works
yeah.
so well, you just want to know the results. If you're going to be giving all this advice,
I don't actually really give advice. I was asked a question, but okay.
All right,
All right.
let's go ahead and get the bruiser. Let's get to the men so we can go ahead and close this one out. Go ahead, bruiser.
All right.
Yeah.
So
let me
if
see,
the
what was-
average man makes 50K, what do we say if their guy is only making, the average salary?
No, they
I
can
think
be
the cannabis
happy.
is social
I
media.
think I think they can be. It's just like a lot of women want the lifestyle over the man, and so they feel like they can't be happy. Like if they have to go down in lifestyle to have like a family, they aren't happy.
But they're
But
not happy because they're stressed. Like they have a lot to, their day to day is going to be stress. I'm not saying it's not stressful for the man either, but what I am saying is that instead of kind of walking in the house and being like, hey, I've been in here, I've been, doing X, Y, and Z. Now you have to worry about this. Now you got to sit down and talk about your expenses. Now you got to figure out and have a
I
spreadsheet.
mean,
That
yeah,
probably
but we have
happens with
we
people
have
that
a
make a lot of money too, though.
I mean, we have
You
a higher
know?
standard of living than anyone did ever in all of human history, even if you're in the lowest income.
Facts.
It's
Like
because of
ever.
social media. Social media has
Yeah.
given us a reality of other people, big houses, cars, and a lot of influencers, they have to pretend that they make actual money for people to actually want to follow them.
Y'all are so wrong. Y'all are all so wrong. Dead wrong. It's not enough. Inflation is at 8.5%, 9%. It's bad out here. The average retirement account has $65,000 in it.
We sit at his house and drink all the time. His wife go to work, take care of the kids, go to football practice, cook, do everything. And he said, well, you getting fat. Well, I said, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you make her stop working and afford her the time to do that? Because I'm looking at her from the outside looking in. I'm looking at her work schedule. I'm looking at everything she do. Man, you sitting on the couch drinking, looking at football all day. And then she's moving and shaking. And then you're going to ask her to go to the gym. How about if you had the amount of resources that she needed, you can afford her the time. Resources buys you time. That's it.
I disagree. I honestly think you're either feminine or you're not. I don't really agree with this narrative that working is going to make you masculine. I think it's just an excuse for women to like be rude to their husbands.
Okay.
Like, I think you're either feminine or you're not.
I'm asking you a question, Miss Pearly. Man, you got smoke now.
Yeah, no, I
Have
don't
you
buy
ever
that.
known a female that was in the military?
Yes.
All right. In the military,
My
she's
best friend's in the military, actually.
so it's a good example then,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She have to be strong or she'll get ran over. She gotta be fast or she get ran by.
Mm-hmm.
Certain occupations like the military and all these other boss type jobs, it takes a certain type of person. So now by living in that environment and doing that, ideally, that's why the most feminine women in the world, if you go back in time and you look, my best time was the medieval time. Women was women. Guess what they wasn't doing? They weren't out there busting their ass working like that.
They were just for their man.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
well,
I mean, I disagree because like my friend, she's pretty feminine and she doesn't act like a dude just because she's in the military. Again, I just think it's an excuse that women tell to men to like convince you this, but it's just nonsense to me. The other thing is like I don't know why girls are complaining about doing like housework nowadays. Like you have to do your own dishes. What's one more?
Yeah,
and everything's automated nowadays. You got a Roomba, you got a vacuum, you got you got an air fryer. Like you're gonna tell me, oh, it's too much. It's like, I mean, you have to cook for yourself, don't you? Like you might as well.
But when we talk about the military, and
wait, one more point. And what percent of women really have?
Hold on, Lodge.
One more thing. What percent of women really have masculine jobs? I mean, like, come on. Like, what percent of women are really in the military?
What
percent of women are really like career go-getters? Like they're teachers, nurses. Like,
the percentage of people, period, in the military is 0.7%.
Well,
and the percentage of that of females is 16%.
Wait,
hold on, Bruiser. Hold on, because Elijah was next.
Bruiser. I'm sorry. We're not talking about masculine jobs. We're talking about jobs you're in charge. That hits different. Look, watch this. In the military, female commanders suck. You know why? They always been overboard. They have to go and try to be what a man commander would be, what a man leader would be. And if they can do that naturally. So for your friend, you said that's in the military, that you said that's super feminine.
I wouldn't give her a 10. I'd give her 1 to 10. I'd give her like a 6.
You know
She's always been like that. Like her level of femininity has always been the same.
Okay, watch this. Look. Do she got a boyfriend or a husband?
She's a boyfriend.
Ask him. I bet he'll give her a 2.
All right, y'all. We got.
I had pushback for Pearl earlier too. We disagree.
Logic, you ain't got a substantiate.
You have a whole scoreboard on top of your head that I got to look at for this entire time, and you're talking about you're not pandering.
All right, look. What scoreboard? It's gone. If that scoreboard go distract you from your ass whooping, it's gone. But now, if you see her, your points is getting defeated.
No, my points have not got defeated.
Yes, it is.
I disagree with what she's saying, but it doesn't mean that it's been defeated. I made my point and I stand on them.
No, I'm gonna start calling her. I'm not gonna call her Pearl. I'm gonna start
logic.
Jim Duggan.
Logic.
She been suplexing you all over. Look,
logic.
Don't do it, Logic.
Why I can't tell the truth?
Listen, logic.
Okay, you know what? Now she want me to.
Come on. Hey, come on. We got to move on.
No, listen.
Because why is my phone blowing up from different black women that I don't even know that's telling me that this is all a setup?
What? Wow. Black women. I told you.
Yo. Logic.
Come on, y'all. Come on.
How can you be set up if you're a grown adult? And
I have a question for Pearl. Pearl, you said that your mom, you had 9 kids, and so if your father were to just leave, you know what type of position that would leave your mother in? Now she's not working for your father, making fun. Yeah, and do you know what type of weight would be on her shoulder? Like, you're laughing, but you would live a completely different lifestyle at that point because your mom is now busting her ass in a way she's never had to. She doesn't have that support, and she still has to do everything she had to do before, but only by herself. You get
I think it's interesting because you don't know my family, and my mom's like one of the hardest workers that I've ever met. My mom would be fine. She would figure it out.
So she would be in the same position. She would be okay. It wouldn't hold no weight. Your family would be equivalent.
She wouldn't be in the same position, but
exactly.
My mom worked at my parents' company, so it's a little bit different if you're working. And they went from 0, and so it's a little bit different. And she was the president. My dad was the CEO. So it was kind of like they're dual. But
you know the weird thing
it would
about
no
it
longer
is
be dual if they
there's
broke
guys
up.
that lose everything And there's nothing to help them and support them that comes along with, because the one thing that y'all advocated for, and this is the reason why I highlighted feminism as the thing, is y'all advocated for equal. But you know, the interesting thing that's not equal is that y'all fight against updating the family court laws that were literally designed at a time when women couldn't even vote and they didn't even have the ability to go and work at all. So why do y'all advocate against equal when it comes to equal results or the things that men go through? But then at the same time, y'all advocate for equal when it comes to the benefits of choosing for yourself to do what you want to do at the same time. Let's be clear. You sitting home and relaxing, because most of these women, when the kid become of age to be able to go to school full time, y'all fucking sitting at home and drinking all day. You're not cooking and cleaning it's not enough cooking and cleaning in the world for y'all to be able to justify being able to sit at home and doing what you
wait, I just want to say one thing. This is the first time that women has read off another woman off Lapeef Network. B Taylor is out of here. Where'd she go?
Huh?
No, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know she said she had to get off at 11:30, Logic.
Oh, okay. I take that.